Welcome back to Carman Conversations, and we're deep into Season 6 on Episode 6 now, talking community around cars, community culture. And I'm joined again by Rachel.
Hello, Luke.
To talk a little bit more about it.
So what does the community in cars, community culture mean to you?
Oh, it means so much. Community means so much. So the cars, community culture, obviously, the catch cry, but the community part, I suppose it's your foundation. So to me, and one thing that I always encourage through all my staff and or through everyone, in fact, is you need to build a really solid foundation. And if you want to build an empire, you can't build an empire on a flimsy foundation. So my goal has always been, if you build the foundation and build a really solid one that you can grow and grow and grow, the foundation is always going to be by your community. And the more you have around, when that be community being your clientele, that being your staff, that being your third parties you deal with, that being the associations you have, the partnerships you have, your ambassadors, whatever it may be, that's your community. Now, as we talked about in previous episodes, when you talk about from marketing, that community isn't just, a 15 kilometre radius. That community is on every platform. So it's so important to me that we are able to A, service the community, but B, acknowledge and appreciate what they have, because they are what creates us to be us. So for a long time, I've always been, to me, I use this term all the time, is that your PMA or your prime marketing area isn't going to grow any bigger. It's not as if someone's going to drop a new suburb in between Aspley and Albany Creek, So you think, okay, well, we're an established prime marketing area. Where do you get a bigger network from? Where do you grow, with a bigger database and a bigger customer base? And that's obviously the only way to do that is through networks. So to me, I had to be big in the community. To do that, you need a bigger reach. So heavily invested in what's local to us. And that can be down to schools. I'm involved in multiple schools. I do fates. I support a couple of rugby league teams, local rugby league teams. I coached at a couple of local rugby league teams over a long period of time. You've got your cricket academies that I'm involved in. And then from an ambassador point of view, all these, the overlying factor, they're involved in every one of these sponsorships that I'm in, when it comes down to bowls clubs, sporting clubs, whatever it may be. It's a wide range. But when you're putting yourself out in the community, you can't just say, okay, well, I'm going to go and put $300 to this sponsorship or $500 to that, because that's a donation, and it's not a donation. What we want to do, it's a relationship. So we want to be involved in it. So for years, I don't know how many times I played lawn bowls, in different supporting local bowls competitions. We're partnered with one now, where we're heavily involved in. So that network obviously grows a long way. You get to know the members, you're involved in it, and you become a key figure, within that. So you picture that across a lot of areas in your prime marketing area, accompanied with a really solid base of ambassadors that are involved in that, and then a really clever marketing approach where you're putting yourself out on those platforms to reach, and it's pretty big. It's pretty big, so.
Definitely. You've taught me that the more you give, the more you receive, and I think it's a really good, it's good to remember that it's not about what you can get from your network, it's about what your network can give you. And I think that's a really nice way to go about it, and it's definitely what you do here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's it. That's what it's all about. And it's not until you actually talk about it or think about it, and you think, well, your community, you're involved in it every day. You're in it every day. And it's just not me that thinks this way, it's everyone that thinks this way, because we're so appreciative of what we have, what we're surrounded by, and that community being is our clientele. And also our staff, and it can go down to the gym you train in, that the members become, that they're part of your business, whether that be through a social platform or whether that be in person. But because you're portraying this, and that be in person, in the dealership, plus online, people are seeing this experience that goes all the time. And the more inbred you are into that community, and you want to be involved in it, you actually show some real consideration and communication to them. It's like, wow, this actually is a really good thing. It's a relationship, and that's what's so important to us. And that's a message that I'll put through my staff for a long period of time, that we need to be involved in everything we do, that we need to be heavily involved. And it's not just a case of we turn up and open the doors and turn the lights on in the morning, we hope for the best. you've got to speculate to accumulate.
There it is again.
You've got to be involved, and you've got to throw your hat in the ring and be involved with these people, and it goes both ways, and it's very relationship driven, and I look at that with myself personally. The involvement I have and what I get back from the community is massive, and I love it. You know, it's a huge part. And when you're talking about, we talk Aspley Mazda, cars, community culture, and community being one of the pillars. I'm proud of that. You know, I'm so proud of that, because that's us. That's what we've built. You know, we've built it. It's not an arrogance thing where we just think, okay, we're selling a good product and people come. We've built. You know, we're a cornerstone member in the actual community, and we want to be known of that. We do advertise that heavily. You know, and I heavily put myself out in that market, in that community, because I want to be seen. Because I'm very, very proud of what we have to offer, but I'm very, very proud of the relationships I have with these people, where it's both ways. So, it's a proud part of the wording for the catch cry for me, because it's what we're all about and what we deliver.
And I guess you're very fortunate that even though it's not about the product, cars are a massive part of people's lives, and whether it's buying a new car, servicing your car, fixing your car, it's just nice that you can be there as their sort of go-to car man.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of it, I guess. I'm lucky in that respect that it's cars, because it's part of your everyday life, isn't it? You know, and I'll promote myself heavily as the car man, and I think the community have bought into that really well, because people need that person that is the one-stop shop.
Definitely.
And that take away all the in-betweens, you know, and that's the part I love the most, is that, you know, these people, you know, and I want to help them out. I want to just make it easy, you know, and make it very, very easy for them, you know, whether to trade their car, buy a car, get their car serviced, fix a spare tyre, whatever it may be, you know, I'm there for them, and I think the community message around that is very well received, and the community, it continues to grow. It just grows and it grows and it grows, and
which is pretty crazy, because like you said, the suburb doesn't grow. It's just tapping into different areas of it. It's
different areas, and I'm blessed to be able to have met the people that I have and the relationships that I've formed by being involved in that community. And I think it goes both ways. That I'm very appreciative when people reach out to me, and I always appreciate those little things. But what feels even better is when it's reversed the other way too. It's when someone shares that same passion and they're just so appreciative back the other way. And you think, you know, it's you know, I'm supporting a small business, or I'm supporting them in a way, and it means the world to them. It just means the world, and you think, oh, wow, you're making a difference, you know. But then you think about it, it's the same way I feel, you know, and I think that's what makes that community word so special to me.
Definitely. So just to recap, what can the community expect from coming to Aspley Mazda?
Well, endless commitment to great customer service, but it goes far past that. You know, it's I offer myself as the car man, but it's way more than that. It's a relationship that's going to be for life, and I'm going to help out in any possible way I can. And if there's opportunity there where we want to collaborate and work together, you know, we support each other when it comes to anything, you know, on any different level or platform. I'm up for it and keen to have a conversation around that. So yeah, they can expect a lot. You know, and there's no cap on that. There's no ceiling on that. But there's one thing that will lead to is if they're coming in with a high expectation, that's what they're going to get, because I can deliver that, and I'm very, very confident that I can do that.
Well, by the sounds of that, why wouldn't you?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luke. That was a great episode.
Thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode, and again, it's something I'm pretty passionate about, and if there's further information you would like, or like to talk further about community, follow the links in the description below.